Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bharath.Insights. So I am going to start a new series which is totally on Microsoft Fabric. I am going to share you a lot of real-time use cases and how you can become a Microsoft Fabric developer in this 2026, 2027 and down the line few years. You can follow this playlist to become a Microsoft Fabric expert. So I need at least your support. Just like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If I get 50 to 100 likes for this video, it will be a motivation for me to continue the series. And we will be learning a lot of elements involved in this Microsoft Fabric and how you can crack the Microsoft Fabric interview as well. Okay, so let me move on to the next. So let's try to understand what do you mean by Microsoft Fabric. So as we are aware that in 2026 and most of the companies started migrating their data into Microsoft Fabric, and now we have also seen Fabric Microsoft Power BI licenses, is now became Fabric licenses. So Microsoft Fabric is an end-to-end data platform which basically brings everything into one place. If tomorrow somebody is asking you what do you mean by Microsoft, so it's a kind of an end-to-end platform where you can bring everything into one place. But we have before different tools. Let's say for data factory we have pipelines, and for Synapse we data engineers will use Azure Synapse, and for reporting, as we are a Power BI developers, we will be using an independent tool Power BI. So now what happening, everything is unified into this single platform Microsoft Fabric. That is an added advantage. So in simple definition, if I can consider, Microsoft Fabric is a one SaaS product, and it's a unified data platform which help us to, you can do a lot of things like ingesting data, storing the data, transforming the data, and you can also analyze the data, and you can also visualize the data, everything in one single place. So that is called as Microsoft Fabric. Okay. Now, why this came into the market? Let's say we have, what is a problem most companies are facing, and why Microsoft introduced this tool as a unified solution for the organizations. So it is like a streamlining the data management is possible with this Microsoft Fabric. So earlier, let's say you have a complex data architecture, like you have multiple tools, multiple duplication of data, and you will be facing a lot of ingestion issues in your current architecture. And now with this Microsoft Fabric, we will be utilizing this unified data analytics experience we will be going through. And you also have a OneLake. It is like your OneDrive. It is centralized data storage in this Microsoft Fabric, and data duplication is also eliminated. You use copy job, all these elements in the Microsoft Fabric. So with these activities, this complex data architecture now became a streamlined data management, and you can do the task in simple, and a lot of cost is eliminated, and the performance using this Microsoft Fabric is very high compared to the different tools. So this is an end-to-end solution product for all the companies who are going through this Microsoft Fabric. Let's try to understand what kind of a components involved in this Microsoft Fabric. We have a lot of components involved. We have like a data factory. This is again initial core element. Data factory, we can do the data ingestions and data transformations, and we also do the data engineering terminologies, like we play with notebooks, we play with PySpark and SQL as well. And we have data warehouse where you can do SQL based analytics and you can store the structured data in this Microsoft Fabric. You also have a Lakehouse, you have a data lake and data warehouse, and you can do using this data visualization with the help of Power BI. You do the data visualization, you build the dashboards, and apart from that, you can also do the real-time intelligence where you do real-time analytics and real-time streaming as well. So these are the components involved in this Microsoft Fabric. Everything is possible, and we will be talking every element as one part of video. And stay tuned to all my videos, and you can hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and you can comment on this video. Do you want me to continue this playlist, or you need any suggestions in this playlist, so that I'll take that as a notes and I'll implement in the upcoming videos. And now, as everyone aware, this is a kind of an architecture we have overview of this Microsoft Fabric. So we have this data factory, we have this data engineering, and we have data science elements people can do, and data warehouse be possible, and the real-time intelligence also possible, and Power BI is also possible. So everything is connected to this OneLake, and you have in the OneLake you have workspace for sales department they can use online sales, and for customer you have one more workspace, and for advertisement you have one more workspace, and expense tracking you have one more workspace. Like this OneLake basically suppose creation of other workspaces and unified security governance. So this is an important element because governance principle is very crucial in nowadays in every data architecture, and this is very smoother with the Microsoft Fabric. And not only that, most companies are going through this unified architecture. I call it as a medallion architecture. I will also talk with one real-time use case how we can do the data using this medallion architecture. In simple, if I can talk about, let's say you have lot of data sources and the data comes for our OneLake, and at the end we will do the analysis. But before that, in this data preparation and the data transmission, so you we basically creating three layers. One could be bronze, and other is a silver, and other layer is a gold. So we'll be keeping every copy of the data in the bronze layer we keep as is for our raw data preparation and the audit traceability, and then we move our data to the silver where we use this notebooks, Spark notebooks, and SQL jobs for data transmissions, and we use aggregations, and the aggregated layer again will be pushed into the gold layer. We do the data aggregations, and the business ready information will be stored in the data layer, gold layer. From this gold layer we will be converting everything into semantic direct lake. Using direct lake we will be connecting to the Power BI, or with the help of SQL analytics endpoint we will be analyzing it for the end. So a simple medallion architecture using being involved in the Microsoft Fabric as well. So this is another use case most of the companies are following. Apart from this, so we will be talking in this series a lot of workloads involved, how you can create a data factory, how you can go through data warehouse, what Power BI elements are involved, data engineering, data science, and industry solutions, and real-time intelligence. So let's try to decode all the workload elements involved in this Microsoft Fabric. And this is my channel. You can try to subscribe to my channel, which will give me a lot of motivation to do this. So let me go back to now a real-time Microsoft Fabric, how it will be helpful and how it is looking like who are watching this video for the first time. Okay, so now I am here with this app.fabric.microsoft.com, and basically I am currently using a trial version, and you could see trial is activated. You can also install the license using the trial, and if you need help, let me know in this video comment. I can make one specific video on how you can create the trial. And this is how the interface is looks like. In the bottom you can click like Power BI as well as Fabric. Currently I'm in this Fabric, and this is how the interface is available. So in the left side you have home, workspaces, copilot, OneLake, you have monitoring elements, real-time intelligence, a lot of workloads available, and other more elements. So in the next video I will be taking how you can create a workspace, Lakehouse, feeding the data, ingesting the data, transforming and connecting to semantic models to the Power BI. All those things would be discussed in the next video. So if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel again, and it will motivate for me to continue this series. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, comment down in this video. See you all in the next video.